Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. As Supreme Leader of the First Order, Kylo Ren wields more power than ever before. Nevertheless, Ren continues to search for secrets of the Force from the depths of the dark side. Hello, and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're adding to the collection Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Now I got this when it first came out, kind of like around the Triple Force Friday, just as the movie was on, all that sort of coming out on its trailer and stuff like that. So it's another Kylo Ren. I have got a Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi without his helmet, but obviously this is kind of one of the last Kylo Rens that are out there. So I'm kind of hoping it's not the pinnacle Kylo Ren that I need. I'm hoping for a decent articulation, and I'm hoping for like just a general figure in total. It feels quite heavy in the box. We've got a vinyl cape there, we've got a hood, and we've got all his lightsabers there. So yeah, he's looking pretty cool. And Kylo Ren from the film, yeah, you know, Ben Solo kind of redeemed himself. It was kind of like already foreseen, I suppose, by most of the by the audience what was going to happen. Probably from Force Awakens, to be honest with you. It's probably the only thing that was kind of there that was apparent for all the films. Yeah, you know, they brought the Emperor back just to kind of sort of throw kind of you off and stuff like that. A nephew of Luke Skywalker that was going to get murdered in the night by this guy that threw his weapon aside when he was talking to the Emperor and stuff like that. It's just, there's a lot of this story that just doesn't make sense, but who am I to judge Star Wars? Because my boy, this is his Star Wars. He's 10 years old and he probably can't see anything wrong with it. Same way that I grew up with the original trilogy, but I suppose if that film come out now and it all ended with Ewoks absolutely destroying the Empire, then I probably would have something to say about it, I suppose. So here he is, this figure. We've got the pencil drawing on the side with the kind of cracks and all that in his helmet, which I'm quite glad that actually they did bring back. Supreme Kylo Ren, when you've got Kylo Ren written on the side. This side is number 90, and on the back is just the picture again and his bio. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad guy open. So here he is in his blister pack. He's got a lot of robe there, and he's got like his hood, I suppose, to go over the top. But I'm really liking his lightsaber. It looks really cool. It just probably looks like the best sort of like version we've had of it. So I'm just going to put him out, have first impressions, take him away for a few articulation sort of poses just to get used to the figure, and then come back and have a review. Yeah, his cape looks cool, just looks really bulky. Obviously we aren't going to get much poses out of that apart from this one. But yeah, in general, the actual figure feels nice and solid. The helmet looks pretty cool and banged up. And hopefully his articulation is going to be pretty cool. So I'm just going to go away now, take some photos, and we'll see you in a mo. Hello, welcome back. So been away, taking some photos, and yeah, I'm kind of pleased that he's pretty cool, and then I'm kind of a bit like it's Kylo Ren. So obviously we've had a few Kylo Rens out there, and the biggest thing, it's not Hasbro's fault really, it's just Kylo Ren. I just find him a little bit like, this is the third film that we've gone on, and he's kind of sort of still looks exactly the same. There's no difference in his outfit, you know. It doesn't, I mean, he's just a normal kid. I mean, he can take this armor off. Even Vader had more kind of sort of subtle differences between films than Kylo Ren. Obviously we've got his mask back, which is brilliant, but kind of wish it was a little bit better, or there was a bit more kind of it to it. It's just a bit bland, unfortunately, which kind of puts me off Kylo Ren. But yeah, I mean, the figure, superb. I actually really enjoyed sort of taking pictures of this one. And there's a lot of things I do like, and there's a lot of things I don't, but practically it's mainly the looks that I don't, and it's not actually necessarily the figure's fault, if that makes sense. So we start off with his accessories. He comes with his cape, he comes with his lightsaber, he comes with a hilt of his lightsaber, and also a down cape looking kind of or down hood kind of looking accessory. And this is one of my biggest things of him, really, is his cape. It just looks awful. It looks so big, it looks so baggy. The sort of like the hood as well, it's just massive. Yes, I'm not a massive kind of material kind of person when it comes to Black Series, but when it counts, it needs to be done, and it needs to be done on this character. It needs a removable fabric cape, because in the film it just kind of drapes over his shoulders. There's no big massive bulkiness of it, and we can just take it all off. It can come off of one piece, so we can get a closer look at it. You know, the sculpt of it's fine. You know, we got all the kind of sort of like wrinkles, you know, very sort of Batman-esque kind of type. You know, looks leathery, it looks great, but it's just really big. And the thing is, when you got these accessories, is that the shoulders are so sort of molded to the character that you can't actually do any posing with him, apart from with his arms actually inside the cape. The hood itself, you know, again, we can't really do any kind of other bigness around it, or any kind of movement, because obviously it's just one big thick kind of horrible looking thing, and it's so bad it stands up next to him. Like, you could always have two Kylo Rens with one just standing behind, you know, as a double. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, and I'm definitely not displaying him with it, unfortunately. So with that, we got these kind of extra little nub bits on there, and it connects the hood to put it in the right place. You can just see that there's a few little holes there, and they just sort of fit into place. So this is removable, and then we can have it as a down cape, down hood, I keep saying cape, which is on there, and it just clicks in. So now we've got the hood down, and we can place that back on the figure. And again, it just, yeah, it's really big, really bulky, but it does look better than with the hood up, in my opinion. If you just having them on the shelf, you know, so it does look alright. And the other accessory he comes with is his lightsaber, and this I absolutely love. I think it looks amazing. So the hilt itself, it's just a gunmetal grey, got that kind of red wire coming down out of it, and that's about it really for any kind of bits. The paint has rubbed away where I've been putting it into his hand, because it is all one piece. It is all this sort of see-through red all the way down, so they've actually painted the red at the bottom. But I actually really love what the effect that they've done on this Kylo Ren lightsaber. This is the first time I had it live, so I don't know if they've changed it since then, and this, I'm just getting it now. But yeah, absolutely, I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it looks absolutely great. And it comes with a second one, because obviously it's not, none of these parts are removable like a normal lightsaber. So we do have a second one there, which is nice that they put that in. And he's got a little nub bit on here as well, which is brilliant, because this is the first time I've had a Kylo Ren that actually can connect his hilt to his belt, which is another sort of kudos to Hasbro for putting that in. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for his accessories. Just really sort of down on his cape. I just think it's a lot of unnecessary crap, to be honest. It really reminds me of, I used to have these toys in the 80s, and the whole body here used to be like one big hologram, and so was their head, and you used to put like their cape and stuff, and it just reminds me of that. It's outdated. I think that's what it is. But yeah, Kylo Ren as a figure, you know, he's pretty cool. His articulation, which we're getting onto now, is absolutely probably one of the best. It's the best kind of Black Series kind of articulation you get out there. So we've got a helmet that can go left and right. You can look quite down quite a lot. You can look up quite a nice amount. It's just his sort of, you know, his position of his back is very slouched, and it just looks a little bit odd. It just looks a little bit off-putting. Like his neck just needs a little bit more further up, I think. But his arms go up this far. We've got a rotation here. We've got his elbow bend, which comes up quite a nice way. We also got a rotation at the elbow. we've got a rotation at the wrist, and it's on a slight hinge. We've got an ab crunch coming down this far and back that far. We've got a rotation. Also got our legs can come out this far, but they're quite hindered by this because it's quite a thickness of it, sort of like the vinyl. But his legs can kick forward this far. He can kick back not so much, but he's got a lovely double jointed knee. You've got a rocker and the pivot, and also we've got the upper thigh rotation as well. So his articulation, as Black Series goes, is probably one of the better things. We are hindered down here a little bit, but you know, it's pretty nice. You can get him in quite a few nice poses as well. But yeah, coming to the actual sculpt itself, I mean, it's just Kylo Ren, kind of sort of just a bog standard body of the blackness. We've still got the same belt. There's no additional things to it. We've got that kind of underside sort of like robe with this sort of like chainmail mesh over the top of it. Normal black trousers going down into the same, exactly same boots that we've always had. So the only difference really is his helmet, which has been recreated or re-put back together from, I don't know, it kind of looked like a monkey with goggles in Exegol, you know, just kind of sort of re-putting it back together. Yeah, I mean, it's alright. We've got the redness. I mean, the red could do with a bit more sort of redness and be a little bit more glowy, but it's pretty much there. You haven't really got the sort of like the damage what the mask looked like it has got, so they just put the silver all around. Because if you look where the red goes down, that they've done like extra silver patches over these parts and stuff like that. So but obviously Hasbro only have kind of early pictures of prototypes and stuff like that, so yeah. But you know, as it stands, is my favourite Kylo Ren. I think they finally, by the end of it, have done him justice. Unfortunately, I would love just the material cape to go with it, but apart from that, you know, that's Kylo Ren, and I think he's worth it. I think I spent £20 on him from Star Action Figures, as always, and you know, it was part of like the sort of like Triple Force Friday last year. But yeah, definitely I would say is the pinnacle Kylo Ren. Go out and get him if he's your favourite figure or whatnot. But if not, he's still around. You can still get him, I think, because a lot of people are just kind of done with Kylo Ren by this point. But you might get him for a bit cheaper. So guys, thank you, and girls, once again. You can follow me down below. You can follow me on Instagram. Descriptions in the well, the link is in the description, shall I say. And yeah, I'll catch you guys and girls next time. Stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye.